The most dangerous person in your life probably made you laugh today. They remembered your coffee order. They showed up early. They said exactly the right thing when you needed it most. And they felt nothing doing it. Sociopaths are not the monsters in the movies. They don't look broken. They don't act strange. They are the ones everyone describes as charming after the damage is already done. Research suggests 1 in every 25 people has no functional capacity for empathy. That's not rare. That's your office. That's your family dinner table. And the terrifying part? They already know you don't suspect them. Think about the people closest to you right now. You trust them because they've earned it. They showed up. They listened. They seem to genuinely care about your life. But here's what most people never consider. Caring behavior and feeling care are two completely different things. A sociopath can perform warmth with surgical precision. They study what makes people feel safe. They mirror your language. They remember your insecurities. They use every detail you share as data. Not because they love you, because knowing you is useful. The clinical term is antisocial personality disorder. But that label feels too clean, too distant. It doesn't capture what it actually feels like to be inside someone's orbit who has it. You don't feel manipulated. You feel seen. That's the mechanism. That's the trap. And it works because human beings are wired to trust people who seem to understand them. The question isn't whether a sociopath has been in your life. The question is whether you recognized them before they were finished with you. You probably didn't. In 2002, a man named Bernie Madoff was named chairman of NASDAQ. He was respected. He was generous. He mentored young investors. His clients described him as warm, reassuring, and unusually honest. He was running the largest financial fraud in American history. For over 40 years, Madoff stole $65 billion from thousands of people. Charities, Holocaust survivors, families who trusted him with everything. And nobody, not his closest colleagues, not his own sons, not federal regulators, suspected him. What? Because Madoff had mastered what psychologists call effective mimicry. He didn't just act trustworthy. He performed trustworthiness so consistently that it became indistinguishable from the real thing. When clients were nervous, he was calm. When they doubted, he produced just enough reassurance to quiet them. When they got too close to the truth, he made them feel foolish for asking. This is a known sociopathic strategy. Create a reality where the victim's own doubt becomes the enemy. Madoff's investors didn't lose their money because they were stupid. They lost it because he understood human psychology better than they understood themselves. He knew people trust consistency over credentials. He knew fear makes people seek certainty. He knew that if you give someone a reason to feel special, access, exclusivity, insider status, they will protect that feeling even against evidence. His victims wanted to believe. He just engineered the environment that made believing feel rational. Here's the detail that changes everything. Madoff confessed voluntarily. His lawyers didn't force it. The FBI wasn't closing in. He walked into a room and admitted everything almost casually. When asked why, he said he was tired. Not remorseful. Not relieved. Tired. Like a man who had finished a project and was done carrying it. That single word tells you more about how sociopaths experience human connection than any clinical textbook ever could. You've been taught your whole life that people show you who they are eventually. That's wrong. Some people show you exactly who you want them to be, and they can do it indefinitely. The mask doesn't slip because it isn't a mask. It's a performance so practiced it has become their entire personality. You were never going to catch it. Not without knowing what to look for. Here's something that should shake you. Sociopaths aren't hiding in the shadows. Studies consistently show they are overrepresented in high-status professions. CEO positions, law, surgery, politics, media. A 2016 study by researcher Kevin Dutton at Oxford found measurable psychopathic traits are far more common among corporate executives than in the general population. This isn't coincidence. It's selection. The traits that make someone dangerous in a personal relationship, emotional detachment, fearlessness, ruthless prioritization, make them exceptional in competitive environments. They don't freeze under pressure. They don't feel guilt about hard decisions. They don't lose sleep over people they had to remove from their path. They advance while others hesitate. The brain science explains why this works. The amygdala, the part of your brain that processes fear and empathy, shows dramatically reduced activity in sociopathic individuals. They literally do not experience the neurological braking system that slows most people down. When you feel a flash of guilt before lying, they don't. When you hesitate before using someone, they process it as a simple calculation. In 1963, Yale psychologist Stanley Milgram ran his now famous obedience experiments. Participants were told to administer electric shocks to strangers. Most did, but they suffered doing it. They sweated. They begged to stop. They apologized to people they couldn't even see. That suffering is empathy working. That's your amygdala screaming. A sociopath in that room would not sweat. They would complete the task, make small talk with the researcher, and ask what was next. Same behavior. Completely different internal experience. Now bring this back to your own life. Think about someone you know who never seems rattled, who handles conflict without flinching, who always seems to land on their feet no matter what happens, who never seems to carry guilt the way other people do. You probably called that strength. It might not be. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. You might have protected them. You might have defended them to people who were warning you. You might have made excuses for behavior that confused you. You might have told yourself you were being paranoid because they made you feel that way. The cruelest trick a sociopath pulls isn't the manipulation. It's making you the instrument of your own deception. So how do you actually spot one before it's too late? The first sign is asymmetrical intimacy. They know everything about you. You realize you know almost nothing real about them. Every conversation returns to your life, your feelings, your fears. That isn't connection. That's data collection. The second sign is frictionless charm. Everyone likes them. Too many people like them. They have no enemies they'll admit to. Anyone who dislikes them has been framed as jealous, unstable, or difficult. Pay attention to how they speak about people who've left their lives. There's always a villain. It's never them. The third sign is consequence immunity. Normal people carry visible weight after hurting someone. They get awkward. They over-explain. They avoid eye contact. A sociopath moves on with no friction at all, because there is no internal consequence to process. The fourth sign is manufactured crisis. When you start pulling away, things escalate. New vulnerability. A sudden emergency. Something that requires your attention and pulls you back in. This is not coincidence. It is recalibration. What do you do when you recognize these signs? You don't confront. Confrontation gives them information about your awareness. It resets their approach. You create distance without explanation. You share less. You stop volunteering your fears. You watch what they do when your usefulness decreases. That last part will tell you everything. Here is the truth that everything in this video has been building toward. Sociopaths don't succeed because they're smarter than you. They succeed because they operate without the weight that makes you human. Your empathy. Your guilt. Your need to be loved in return. These are not weaknesses. They are the architecture of every meaningful relationship you have ever had. The sociopath sees those things as vulnerabilities. But that's only true if you don't know they're being watched. Awareness changes the equation entirely. Once you understand the performance, the performer loses power. Once you stop mistaking emotional absence for strength, you stop being drawn toward it. Bernie Madoff died in federal prison in 2021. He was 82 years old. In his final interviews, he expressed no grief for the lives he destroyed. He described his victims matter-of-factly. He talked about his legacy the way someone talks about a career that simply ended. The people he ruined still carry it. He carried nothing. And that gap, between those who feel and those who don't, is the most dangerous space in all of human interaction. So here's the question you'll carry with you after this ends. If someone in your life has never once seemed to carry the weight of hurting you, what exactly have you been trusting?